Hello. Hello. It's true that an essential aspect of a teacher's job is to communicate with parents, be it for behavior or grades, something positive or negative. Teachers know this is an expected part of most school days. And this includes teachers of English language learners. A lot of studies exist on the importance of communication with families between the education system and them. But what studies do lack is data on communication with parents of English language learners and what sources might be the best way to do so. As an ESL teacher myself, who speaks only a little bit of Spanish, I struggle to communicate with parents very effectively. And that's not mentioning communicating with parents who speak languages such as Vietnamese, Oromo, and Tigrinya that I certainly can't communicate with. Oftentimes, when I am finally able to reach an interpreter for help, it feels as if the situation, whatever it may have been with the student, happened so long ago that it has really become a moot point. It doesn't feel worth it to even consider speaking with parents about school positives. So, studies I found and put together to discuss communication with ELLs, I found that communicating with parents in a language they understand is actually law. Schools are really breaking federal law if they don't comply. Any paperwork that's sent home must be translated into an understandable language, something that might not necessarily always occur. Studies also show the importance of parent-teacher communication. Not only does it help with maintaining positive relationships and behavior, but this communication is actually vital for student mental health. Other studies showed how translation and interpretation can be done through different technologies. After gathering this information, I put together 3 implementation plans. The first is with the use of the Telelanguage website. Telelanguage is an online subscription service that allows users to connect with an interpreter in only 30 seconds. Interpreters and translators here are available at any time of day in over 300 languages. The cost is steep, however, there's a monthly cost, and then on top of that, for every minute that is spent using an interpreter, there is a cent per minute cost. The second plan is to use the Remind app. Remind is free for teachers, and it allows users to message each other within an app or going online or just with texting. Online users can send messages in more than 80 languages, but automatic translations only work for 6 of main languages. So for example, if a teacher is sending a message to the whole class and has different languages represented, the teacher must send out separate individual message for each of those different languages, unless all of those languages are the 6 main ones that are automatically translated, which would not be the case in my situation. Additionally, Remind does not include any interpretation or spoken services like Telelanguage. The third plan is with the use of Class Dojo. Class Dojo is also a free program for teachers, but it's not only for communication. It has classroom tools and behavioral plans built into the website. Students are able to create an e-portfolio or a digital portfolio to save their classwork and share with their parents. Class Dojo supports 35 languages and can be used online or with an app. Class Dojo only supports 35 languages, but since users can include pictures and voice to get across meaning, it seems to be a slightly better choice than the Remind app. It does not have interpretation services such as Telelanguage, but its translation is good enough for short announcements. Because it is free, it's easy for teachers to access and at the very least try with their classes. This is the program I plan to implement because it's free and offers more features than other free communication programs like Remind, for example. This action inquiry project allows me to methodically research different communication options. Before beginning the research, I knew of the Telelanguage website and of the Remind app,
but I did not know of Class Dojo at all. And if I had not studied these different programs in more depth, I would not have seen that Class Dojo has translation capabilities, and also I may not have realized the downfalls of the Remind app. Using action inquiry to research future projects will allow learners to be methodical in decision making. Without it, learners may simply try the first tool they discover. This may result in failure, when if a different tool had been used, it could have been a major success. Even without working on a required assignment, it would be wise for teachers who wish to try a new classroom tool to use the action inquiry approach. Thank you so much for listening to this and learning with me about the action inquiry project and approach. I hope you're able to use it in your future endeavors and maybe even use Class Dojo yourself to speak with parents of English language learners or just any learners at all. Thank you.